The bicarbonate buffer system. Okay, do you remember the chemical equation for it?
I know the middle one.
There you go. That's the most important one.
CO2 with hydrogen equals H3CO2?
H2CO3.
H2CO3. I had the 3 and the 2 backwards.
You probably won't need to memorize it though, I don't think. I think that the teacher will usually have it written out for you. We have a hydrogen here plus HCO3 minus. Okay. So this is super important for the blood in pretty much any animal's body, right? Mm-hmm. To prevent it from becoming too acidic or too basic. So you know the pH scale. Mm-hmm. One side represents alkalinic substances and then acidic. So if it's acidic, it's going to have low pH. Mm-hmm. And then if it's alkalinic, it's going to have high pH. And this will be the high number. This will be the low number. And we're usually in the middle, 7.35 to 7.45. That's our blood. So kind of in the middle, it'll actually be considered a bit alkalinic just because it's above 7. Mm-hmm. So if on the test somebody says you have your blood's the acidity or has a pH level of 6, would it be acidic or basic?
It has a pH level of 6?
Yeah.
It would be acidic.
Acidic, just because it's below 7, right?
Yes.
You'd probably be in big trouble if it was that low, so hopefully it won't. Okay, so just to kind of help you understand how this it's going to play, this is pretty much measuring hydrogen. A lot of hydrogen, it's going to be acidic. Mm-hmm. Little will be alkalinic. Mm-hmm. So that's what we're kind of considering with the buffer system. This is how we try to reach 7.35 to 7.45 again. Mm-hmm. So this will help us balance between that normal range when we talk about homeostasis so that we do reach set point. So last time we talked about this. We talked about how when you do anaerobic exercise, like really intense short bursts, you'll breathe out CO2. You're also going to produce a lot of hydrogen. So what this hydrogen does is what? Do you remember?
No.
It'll combine with this, which is what? Bicarbonate.
Yes.
And if those two combine, it creates
H2CO3.
Carbonic acid.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And does carbonic acid settle well with the body? It doesn't.
No, it doesn't.
It doesn't. It's still an acid, so it doesn't really settle well. So these only combine to make this, so that they can separate and make these two.
Oh, so it's only a stepping stone.
It's, yeah, just a little stepping stone. And then if we have too much CO2 in our blood, what do? We combine CO2 with water, create carbonic acid, which, does it settle well?
No.
No, then it dissociates.
Oh, so the middle one isn't so much the destination, it's just the stepping stone.
Yes.
Oh.
So we're just looking to make this or this. It's always going to be going back and forth in the body. Mm-hmm. It's never just, oh great, we created CO2 and H2O, we're good. It's going to be, okay, we created this, and maybe now the acidity is dropping too low, we're becoming alkalinic. So now we're going to use a buffering system, come back, and we're going to fluctuate through the normal range.
So is it similar to homeostasis then?
Yeah.
Is that basically what it is?
Yeah, almost all the processes you're going to learn about are to help create homeostasis in the body. That's why you learn homeostasis first. So, does that make sense?
Yes.
You're trying to find that set point, and your body's going to fluctuate, keep fluctuating your whole life.
Because you're constantly doing different things.
Yeah, you run up the stairs, you're going to create more hydrogen. Bicarbonate's going to combine with the hydrogen, make carbonic acid, and then hopefully dissociate it. You'll have CO2 and H2O. And then you'll breathe out CO2. too much CO2 in your blood, you're holding your breath for a long time, it'll try to combine with water, create carbonic acid, dissociate, and become a little more acidic. So, cool?
Yeah, way
A
cool.
little clearer?
Yeah.